tend to have really bad ideas at the very last second. This is the afternoon. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the day of the Dream Cruise. And Francis sent me a picture of a slab side, good old Lincoln Continental. And it made me think, how's poor baby doing? I'm gonna try and get it running in the next couple minutes and then take it all the way up to Royal Oak. Well, these are basically brand new tires, but they seem to have either sunken into the ground or gotten low on air. Thankfully, because of the CTSV, I am always prepared for low tires. 24, wow, they actually held pretty well. Well, the tires inflate up with air. I'm gonna check out how everything's looking up here. Oh, look at all those spider webs. I checked all the fluids. Oil's dirty, but still full. Radiator, I'm not sure what's the issue with that. But I'm gonna take that poor battery out of that other car and put it right here. It is now time to sacrifice this car for its battery. Alright. This is the epitome of me. Now yes, the fact that the battery is actually for once in its life tied down. Well, there you have the half-assed tutorial that you never knew you wanted, which is how to remove a CTSV battery. There we go. The battery should be, yep, there we go. Okay, that's something. Oh, nothing. Let's see this together. I'm not even gonna cut this piece. We're gonna watch what happens as soon as I try to turn this car on. Lights on. I'm in park. At least she turns over. It's hot as balls. My balls are as hot as balls. This isn't looking good. She turned over fine. That's a good start. I don't have any starter fluid with me. I don't have anything to like speed this process up. After taking that off and looking at this horrifying contraption known as a carburetor, I'm remembering enough to know that it should at least kind of squirt and really push it, kind of like a priming sort of weird system. There's no priming going on, so it's not getting fuel. So here's a good sign, is that the gas line that's going to this let out the slightest amount of vapor. So she is kicking my ass. It is relatively hot out here for Michigan. I'm gonna give up at the moment. I'm gonna go get some gas, take the battery out of this, put it back in the V temporarily, and see if maybe she's out of fuel. For once, I'm getting gas here, not for this car. Still feels cool having a door with entrance like this. You're gonna leave me stranded halfway up there, but that's what entertainment's called. What I'm gonna do first is salt the jar. So I'm gonna put a little bit of gas on the carburetor, let it know, hey, there's some here. I'm gonna put the rest back in the gas tank. That way it starts and then pulls some sort of vacuum or gets enough RPM to start moving the rest of the gas into the car. Oh, stupid electronics. What happens is this line like loses connectivity. Like you hear it clink, but if it doesn't have absolutely perfect connectivity, this thing freaks out. Okay, that's not where I wanted it to go. Okay, that was the gas that was just on the engine. Big gallon of gas into the car. Put a little bit on the front, on the carb. Let's see what happens. Oh, she loves that gas. Not getting much further, but I do know that the engine's ready to go. So what I'm thinking is, this is my controversial thought right now, is I'm gonna undo the main feed line here, put gas in that way, you know, then obviously using gravity, drain it downward, so I'll have to pick this up, drain it downward into the pump, because if the pump is just air, how's it ever gonna draw suction on a liquid? So that's my guess, is fill this thing with gas and then try it again. So the same sputtering, but watch this. Watch these little jets on, I think these are the primaries. Watch those jets. Oh, you see that? They're dripping. Yep. There's fuel finally coming through, so let's see if this works. Okay, let's see. Okay, never mind. This is it. I feel it. Just kidding. God damn it. Damn corroded battery terminal. Don't try and hustle my flow right now. Yes. Thank you. There you have it. That's the sound of really bad decision making. All right, brakes are a little spongy at the moment. They're there, but they're just spongy. Time to go into drive and not move at all. Get some gas. Come on, baby. Yeah. Oh my God. You do not understand how happy I am right now. This is quite possibly one of the best, worst ideas I've had in a long time. There's a lot wrong with this car, and I need to be very careful. Just making it to the gas station first. That was one of my more harrowing experiences for a lot of reasons. But now I'm at the gas station with a different car, and it's time to fill up all the fluids and hope to God I don't die. This is such a horrible, bad idea. All right, that's not a good sign. There shouldn't be liquid anywhere. Okay. If the Lambo or RX-7 attract young men, this car attracts so many old men. I swear to God, if I had a fetish for old men, or if you do, buy a 67 Lincoln Continental. I have to say that this is the simplest way to get old men to talk to you. Right now, I've got my slushy. I got 10 gallons of gas. I think this thing got like 8 miles per gallon at best when it was original. I got brake fluid, and we shall see how this goes. Turn back now, and my bad idea won't turn into a worse one, because guaranteed, if I turn around, I'll be fine. Life will be okay. But as soon as I get on that highway, it's over. That's it. I'm determined that I'm gonna either run out of gas, overheat, lose my transmission. Something bad's gonna happen to this car if I get on that highway. Here it is, the moment that separates the men from the little boys. There is no turning back once I get on this highway, and I'm dumb enough to do it. Rest in peace, little Lincoln. Sky. No. This is my luck. At least I don't have drag radials on. Well, this is really like bittersweet. I made it, but it's raining. The weather is looking better. The position of my current vehicle in relation to where I'm supposed to be is looking better. Life is good, and he should be right at this corner. This salvation is right here. Oh my God, did I make it? That's my best friend right there. Well, she's not leaking, or everything that is leaking has evaporated. It's one of the two.
It's leaking.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy. It's
What?
leaking.
It is not. I made it though. I made it. Well, I'm here. I made it with my dear friend Francis. The worst part was actually the rain. By far, the rain, because that windshield is not Rain X, and I definitely don't have any windshield wipers on it.
And it's gonna rain.
And it's gonna rain again, which is why the black vinyl is on the windows to prevent the rain from getting inside. But it is idling a little lower than it used to. It's definitely smoking, but I mean, that's probably 50 years of lead just being coughed out of the car and into my lungs. So if I get crazier over the next series of videos, it's definitely lead poisoning. Coco, shift it into first. Put the clutch in.
Shut up, you asshole!
This is Woodward. Yeah, there's Brian. It's very hard to miss him. There's Grandma. I don't know anymore. That's literally my 05 CTS. Look at the headlights. That's so sick. There we go. Two of them together. Hey, chasing RX-7s. Little RX-7s. Please, wait for me. There we go. Got somebody. Oh, and she's still rotary. So I chased those two RX-7s down as best as I could. That's the time, of course, when the Cruise is at its fastest. But on my way back, I spotted a third one. And yes, it was a rotary. Yes. He did a burnout, hopped up on a curb, and this is what happens. Surprisingly enough, I made it to this point with minimal issues, and Woodward Dream Cruise is slowly coming to a stop. I'm about to head back home. I have a little bit of issue with my headlights. One of my low beams are dead. Of course, I don't want to get pulled over for a low beam headlight out, so I'm running with my high beams and they're blinding everybody. So trying to adjust that and then make the soft, gentle trek back home. Well, my driving got worse before it's gonna get better. No windshield wipers, rain, all the above. This is pretty bad. You're seeing exactly what I see. That's exactly how it feels for me right now. How? How is it getting this bad at the last possible second? Just